Baylor Bears national champion Davion Mitchell has been one of the biggest risers in the 2021 NBA draft. With his improved shot-making ability, tenacity, and athletic tools, he went from a late first-round prospect to the 7th-ranked prospect on ESPN's big board. But before all of the newfound hype that a crazy March Madness run brings, Mr. Mitchell made his name by locking up on the defensive end. Mitchell is strong as hell with elite speed, but he also has a sky-high defensive IQ and a ferociousness that makes him the draft's best perimeter defender. But still, Mitchell is listed at a generous 6'2" and doesn't have the same monstrous wingspan of his doppelganger, Davion Mitchell. And some scouts question whether Davion will be able to guard up positionally when he gets to the league. But I'm here to quell any concerns you may have about Davion's size and to persuade you to see that he is going to be just fine. And to do that, we're going to take an in-depth look at how Davion guarded the 2021 NBA Draft's premier prospect, Cade Cunningham. Cunningham came into the year known primarily as a playmaker with a spotty jumper, but he quickly put the jump shot concerns to rest by putting on an off-the-bounce scoring clinic reminiscent of Jason Tatum. The guy was made for the modern NBA, has the size and measurements of plenty of guys that Davion may potentially guard in the league. So without further ado, let's get into the film. On our first possession, Cade catches the ball off the inbound and Davion has to close out to the perimeter. He gets a hand up in Cade's face and positions his body toward the sideline, so Cade can't drive middle. Davion is right in his shirt the whole time. Cade starts driving and he sees the help start to shift, so he knows that he has to pull back. Mitchell is still on his hip though, and as Cade tries to create separation, Davion has already beat him to the spot and takes a picture-perfect on-the-move charge once Cade dips his shoulder. Davion's goal was to make Cade work. Nothing easy, just constant on-ball pressure. You can see how elite Davion is at moving his feet and covering ground laterally, and he again beats Cade to the spot at the nail, forcing the kick out. At this point of the game, early in the first half, Cade has already realized he needs to get into his offense early, so he decides to let it fly in semi-transition here. Cade buries the jumper. It's what great shot makers do, but again, nothing easy. Look at how well contested this jumper is. Davion's got a hand in Cade's face about as well as you could possibly expect. So Cade knocks one down in early offense and he wants to go back for seconds. Davion stops the middle drive and then again just makes a full-out effort contest. These are the highly contested, low percentage shots that you're looking to force a scorer like Cade into taking. And this is just a masterclass in one-on-one defense. Davion is pressing Cade all the way up the floor, just getting right up into his body and forcing Cade to turn his back away from the hoop. He's keeping his hands active, reaching in without fouling, and staying with him at every turn. Mitchell is getting around and fighting through screens. He's forcing him to the sideline and closing off the baseline. He's shadowing him off the ball and forces him to give it up once he gets it back. Davion is like an annoying gnat, just always up in your business. Elite shit right there. So Cade says, okay, I have a size advantage on Mitchell. Let me get him in the post and use my size, right? Wrong. Just bodying him up the whole way off ball, fronting him and trusting the help, pushing him off the block, and then the timing to get in front for the deflection before Oklahoma State gives up on the post-up entirely. Oklahoma State did go back to it later in the half with a bit more success as Cade was able to draw the foul, but Cade isn't just receiving an easy entry pass. He's got to work just to receive the ball on this possession. Next possession. Have we seen this movie before? Cade catches on the left wing. Davion is deep in his stance, pushing him sideline. Cade thinks he has room to pull the J, and Davion slides in with the extension on the contest and blocks the jumper. I'm telling you, the kid is the truth. Cade just had nothing easy all night. Even when he was able to get downhill and get Davion on his hip, Mitchell was actually pushing him right into the help. Now let's look at the difference in pressure when Cade matched up with a different Baylor defender. I mean, there's no ball pressure. Cade is dictating every movement, just toying with the defender. He creates what must feel like a mile of space and gets off a super clean jumper. Another possession free of Mitchell's clamps here, and Cade again realizes he needs to get off a quick jumper, and he hits Maceo Teague with the filthy step back. Cade gets a big on him this time, and he's right to the rim playmaking for others as the help has to overcommit. But when Davion matches back up with Cade, it's back to highly contested, low percentage jumpers. And that's the name of the game when defending elite scorers. These guys are going to get their points, but you want to force them into tough shots. Shots that other defenders just can't force you into. That's what the great NBA perimeter defenders like Jrue Holiday do. And when he makes it to the league, that is what Davion Mitchell is going to do too.